Part 3. The Suffocating Marriage. There is a kind of marriage that everyone admires from the outside. No arguments, no betrayal, no drama. Everything seems fine, but that very fine is what kills emotions the fastest. And even more terrifying, marriages like this often collapse in silence. He's a good man, but I feel suffocated. At first, that sounds unreasonable. If a husband is good, what more could you ask for? No drinking, no cheating, no violence. He works hard. He's responsible. Isn't that the ideal man? But here's the problem. Good doesn't mean enough. She sat in front of the therapist, her eyes not sad, just empty. Not the kind of pain that explodes, but the kind that drains you. Like someone who has lived too long in a room with no windows, no light, no air, no emotion. Her marriage had no major problems, just one. It had no life. Every day was the same. Wake up, go to work, come home, eat, sleep. No surprises, no changes, no emotions. You think that's peace? No. For many women, that is a slow form of emotional torture. Her husband was a man of rules, too many rules. Everything had to follow a plan. Everything had to make sense. Everything had to be right. But life isn't a spreadsheet. Love isn't a formula. She tried. She really did. She tried to change the atmosphere. She suggested going out. She created surprises. She tried to bring something new. But what she got in return was indifference. Not necessary. Too complicated. Better stay home and save money. Little by little, she withdrew. Not because she wanted to, but because she had no other choice. Do you know what happens when a woman is no longer emotionally heard? She finds another place to release it. At first, it's just social media, random posts, meaningless conversations, strangers, with no obligations. And then, someone appears, not too special, but different enough. He knows how to talk. He knows how to make her laugh. He asks the questions no one has asked her in a long time. Were you happy today? Did anything make you sad? What do you like? Sounds simple, right? But to her, it's an entire world. You have to understand, women don't break because of lack of money. They break because of lack of emotion. She didn't need sex. She made that clear. In fact, she could cheat without even touching anyone, because what she lacked wasn't physical, it was emotional. The messages became more frequent. The conversations got longer. The laughter came back. For the first time in a long time, she felt alive. And then, they met. Nothing crossed the line. Just a meal, a real conversation, a glance. That lasted a little longer. A feeling, hard to name. But those small things are the most dangerous. Because cheating doesn't start with the body, it starts with emotions. She knew what she was doing. She wasn't naive. She knew she was stepping into dangerous territory. But she didn't stop. Why? Because that feeling was addictive. The feeling of being cared for, the feeling of being heard, the feeling of being herself. Everything she had lost in her marriage was now appearing somewhere else. Do you think she didn't feel guilty? She did, a lot. Every time she came home, saw her husband, saw her stable life, she would ask herself, what am I doing? But then, one message from the other man, and all logic collapsed again. That's how affairs happen. Not loud, not dramatic, not sudden, but little by little, silent, dangerous, irreversible. And the scariest part is, her husband knows nothing. He still believes he's a good husband, still thinks his family is fine, still believes his wife is loyal. But he doesn't realize one thing. He lost her a long time ago, not to another man, but to his own monotony. If you've read this far, pause for a second. Ask yourself, is your relationship fine in this dangerous way? Are you stuck in a loop? Have you forgotten to create emotional connection? Do you believe, as long as I don't do anything wrong, it's enough? If the answer is yes, be careful, because the most dangerous betrayal doesn't come from a third person. It comes from prolonged boredom. If this story made you rethink your own relationship, hit like because many people are living this reality without realizing it. Subscribe to watch part 4 where things get even more raw, when cheating isn't about love, not about emotions, but about money and survival. Because sometimes, people don't betray because they want to, but because they feel like they have no other choice.